What is addition principles associates the cardinality of sets? The formula is if A and B are two finite sets, then the cardinality of A union B is equal to cardinality of A, cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection B. Here is a Venn diagram. A and B are two sets and they are not disjoint sets. There are some elements in common. This is the intersection part, and this part is common both of A and B. Now this is the part of B minus A. So this is A, and if I subtract, if we calculate the set difference of B and A, this is B minus A. Now this is the equation, first equations. A union B, we have written two disjoint sets using two disjoint sets, A and B minus A. A and B minus A are both disjoint, no one element in common. Now A intersections B. A intersection, we have proved that A intersection B is equal to B minus A. From the previous class, we have proved that. Hence, the cardinality of A intersection B is equal to cardinality of B minus cardinality of B minus A. Hence, B minus A, when we take it to the left side and A intersection B to the right side, it becomes B minus A is equal to cardinality of B and minus cardinality of A intersection B. Now from equation 1 and 2, we get A union B is equal to A plus B minus A intersection B. And then hence their cardinality will be A union B of cardinality of A union B is equal to cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection C. In this way, through using the Venn diagram, we prove the addition principles of two sets. If they are disjoints, then cardinality of A intersection B will be 0. At that time, A union B, the cardinality of A union B will be cardinality of A plus cardinality of B. Let us take an example. Here A consists of A, B, C, D, E, and B consists of C, E, F, H, K, M. This hence cardinality of set A is equal to 5. That is, number of element in set A is equal to 5. Number of element in set B is equal to 6. Number of element in set A intersection B is C, that is 2. Hence, using the addition principle, we get total number of elements, that is in A union B is 9, that is 5 plus 6 minus 2. Using the previous theorem, we calculate this. As I say earlier that if the two sets are disjoint, then A intersection B is equal to 5, then A intersections B will have 0 value. The cardinality of A intersection B will be 0. Hence, the additions principle, that is total number of elements in sets A union B, will be cardinality of A plus cardinality of B. Suppose that there is 100 people, some have cat or dog. 55 answered yes for cat, 58 answered yes for dog. 20 people checked yes for both. Then how many people have a cat or dog? We can, if we calculate by using the additions principle only, if we add total number of dogs and cats, that it will be 113, which is greater than 100. Using the theorem principle, addition principle, we get 55 for cat, number of people holding cat, the number of people have a pet, that is dog, 58, and minus 20. The 20 is common to both. That is the people which have dog and cat both. Total number of pets, total number of persons that have either cat or dog is 93. In this way, we can calculate the total number of pets, total number of persons that have pets. In this way, another example: 50 people, 30 owns dog, 25 own cats. In this way, we can perform the calculations. Let us take another example. Find the total number of positive integers that are not exceeding 100 and not divisible by 5 or 7. That means numbers that are less than equal to 100 and not divisible by 5 and not divisible by 7. Here we use a symbol, that is a functions, floor functions. Floor function returns a value, integer value, which is less than the number. If it is a real number, that is 8.3 is a real number, its floor value will be 8. 8 is the minimum integers that is less than the real number. This is floor symbol. Floor also used in C, C++ as a functions. We calculate this the total number of numbers that are not divisible by 100, not divisible by 5 and 7 both. In this manner, at first we calculate the numbers which is divisible by 5 or 7, and then we subtract the result from the total number of numbers, that is 100. Now if F5 denotes the total number of numbers that are divisible by 5. How we calculate the total number of numbers that are divisible by 5? By dividing 100 with 5. This is the total number of numbers that is divisible by 5, that is 20. In this way, total number of numbers, that is A7, denotes the numbers that are divisible by 7 and less than 100. So therefore A7 will be 100 divided by 7, and we take its floor value. It will give the real value, then its minimum integers is 14. Similarly, if I calculate the numbers which is divisible by both A5 and A7, that is 5 into 7, that is 35. Then 100 divided by 35. This will give the number which is divisible by both 5 and 7. Now, using the addition principle or inclusion and exclusion principle, cardinality of A5, cardinality of A7, and minus cardinality of A5 minus A5 intersection A7. Using this principle, we get total number of numbers that are divisible by 5 and 7 both is 32. Now, subtracting the number 32 from 100, we get 68. That is the 68 numbers that are less than 100, and they are also not divisible by 5 and 7 both. Let us take the example of 3 sets. We can use the previous formula for which is for 2 sets. We can extend it for 3 sets. Here is a Venn diagram. This is A, this is B, and this is C. The yellow colored is A, between the intersection of 2 sets, and green color is intersection of 3 sets. Now let us use the addition principle. If there are 3 sets, we add the number of elements in the 3 sets. That is cardinality of A, cardinality of B, and cardinality of C. That the sum counts some element once, other more than once. Referring to these visualizations on the right, it counts the elements in the pink areas once, the elements in the yellow areas twice. Since when we count A, cardinality of A and cardinality of B, then we use this portion twice, and when we count A and C, this portion twice, and when we use cardinality B and C, we use this portion twice. Hence we have to subtract once, that is A intersection B and minus A intersection C minus B intersection. This part is we have to subtract, so that we can only have one intersections. We can count the total number of elements that are common both the sets only once. By subtracting the A, that is when we subtracting A intersections B, A intersection C, B intersection C, we have subtracted thrice the value, that is A intersections B contains these elements, B intersection C also contains this, and C intersections contains all the green value. So when we are subtracting from the total number of elements in the sets, then we subtract thrice the green portions. So one is added. So last जो है A intersection B intersection C is added at the end. In this way, A in union B union C is equal to cardinality of A, cardinality of B, cardinality of C, minus cardinality of A intersection B, cardinality of A intersection C, cardinality of B intersection C. Then we add the which was subtracted thrice, we add once, that is A intersection B intersection C. We can use to calculate when we have three sets. Let us take an example. In survey 1986 asked how households were whether they had VCR, CD players, cable TV. 40 had VCR, 60 had CD players, and 50 had cable TV. 25 owned VCRs and CD players, 30 owned CD players and cable TV. 35 owns a VCR and had cable TV. 10 households had all the threes. So using the addition principle, the cardinality of B plus cardinality of C plus cardinality of D, that is cardinality of B means B is the sets B is holding VCRs, C holding CD player, and D the households that holding TV. In this way we calculate the total number of households that holds either total number of houses that holds either VCR, TV or CD player is 40 plus 60 plus 50 minus 25 minus 30 plus 35 plus 10 is equal to 70. Thank you.